Everything is fine, isn't it? Silence is the loudest scream. The alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m., a jagged, electronic sound that cuts through the stillness of the room before I'm actually ready to exist. I hit snooze, not because I want more sleep, but because those 9 extra minutes are the only time during the day when I don't have to be anything for anyone. I lie there, staring at the ceiling, watching the morning light crawl across the plaster, feeling that familiar, heavy pressure in my chest, the kind that feels like lead, but looks like a perfectly folded button-down shirt. I get up, brush my teeth, and look at the person in the mirror. We do the dance. I adjust my face, smoothing out the uncertainty, tucking the exhaustion behind a thin, practiced line that passes for a smile. It's an automated process now. I don't even need to think about it. By the time I'm grabbing my keys, the mask is locked in place. I am efficient. I am capable. I am, by all professional accounts, doing great. The office is a landscape of noise that I've learned to navigate like a phantom. I move through the day, responding to emails, nodding at meetings, and offering the right words at the right time. Sure, I can take that on. No problem, I'll have it done by tomorrow. It's a performance, a relentless, daily play where I am both the lead actor and the exhausted stagehand, frantically fixing the backdrop while the audience applauds the scene. People talk about burnout as if it's a physical thing, tired muscles, heavy eyelids, a need for a vacation. They tell you to drink more water, to get more sleep, to take a break. They don't understand that the fatigue isn't coming from the workload. It's not the spreadsheets, the deadlines, or the back-to-back calls that leave me hollowed out. It's the sheer, crushing labor of holding myself together. There's a specific moment every day, usually around 3 p.m., when I find myself staring at the cursor blinking on my screen. I'm waiting for a typo, a glitch, a sign that the rhythm of the day is breaking, just so I can have an excuse to stop. My mind starts to loop. Did I sound too eager in that reply? Should I have said something else? Everyone else seems so grounded, so sure of their place here. Why am I the only one who feels like they're reading from a script someone else wrote? I start overthinking the tiny, invisible threads that connect me to the people in the room. I scan their faces for any sign of disapproval, any hint that they see through the mask, and when I find nothing, I panic even more. They don't see me. And that's the terrifying part, isn't it? I've worked so hard to curate this version of myself that the real version has nowhere left to stand. I think about the commute home. That's when the silence finally catches up. I'm in the car, traffic is moving at a crawl, and the radio is playing something upbeat that feels deeply offensive to my current mood. I catch my reflection in the rearview mirror, and for a second, I drop it. The smile vanishes. The shoulders slump. The eyes look back, empty and tired. I look older in these moments. I look like a stranger. I remember last Tuesday, sitting in a coffee shop after work. I ordered an iced latte, sat by the window, and just watched people walk by. A couple was laughing a few tables over, a student was frantically typing on a laptop, a dog was waiting patiently outside for its owner. I was sitting there, fully present in the physical sense, but I felt like I was watching the world through a thick pane of glass. I wanted to reach out, to just say, I'm tired of being okay, but the words died in my throat. Who would I say that to? The barista? The person next to me? It's not even that I fear judgment, it's that I fear the interruption of the silence. Once I say it out loud, it becomes real. And if it becomes real, I have to deal with it. So, I keep pretending. I keep being fine because being fine is a language everyone understands. It's the grease that keeps the gears turning. If I stop being fine, the machine stutters. And if the machine stutters, I might have to face the fact that I don't know who I am when I'm not performing. It's a strange, lonely kind of self-betrayal. Every day, I offer up pieces of my energy to keep up the appearance of competence, the appearance of stability, the appearance of having it all figured out. I am an expert at making people feel comfortable around me, but I have forgotten how to be comfortable in my own skin. I am so busy ensuring that no one has to worry about me, that I have completely lost the ability to ask for help, or even to acknowledge that I need it. When I finally get home, the door clicks shut, and the world outside ceases to exist. I hang up my coat, and I just stand there in the hallway for a long time. The house is quiet. The lights are dim. I don't move. I don't turn on the TV. I don't check my phone. I just breathe, feeling the weight of the day finally starting to settle into my bones. I think about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will wake up, I will hit snooze, and I will put the mask back on. I will start the cycle again, the same careful movements, the same measured tone, the same polite, hollowed out fine. It's not the work that's killing me. It's the act. It's the constant, exhausting effort of pretending that I'm not standing on the edge of something I can't quite name. And as I stand there in the dark, I wonder if anyone else is doing the exact same thing, walking through their lives like ghosts in well-fitting clothes, waiting for a permission slip that will never come, just to put down the weight and breathe. I wonder if we're all just waiting for someone to look at us, really look at us, and say, I know. You don't have to keep doing this. But the silence only gives me back my own heartbeat, steady and rhythmic, reminding me that I am still here, even if here feels like a place I don't belong anymore. I walk to the kitchen, pour a glass of water, and watch the ice cubes shift against the glass. One day, maybe, it'll stop being fine. But tonight, I'll just go to sleep, and dream of a morning where I don't have to wake up and start the performance all over again.